Hello everyone, my name is Mohid Malik and I'm from the Cyber Salon FTC team. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Daniel and I'm from Team 1321 Hazmat from Wisconsin.
So today we're having a fireside chat and we'll be asking questions, exchanging information, and showing this to the public. So to start off, it's the beginning of the season. What is your team's design process like, and how do you go about designing your robot?
Yeah, so our team's design process is modeled after the PLTW design process, which has 6 steps. So we'll start with defining what our robot needs to do, or like what problems our subsystems or robots need to solve. Then we'll try and generate different ideas that are like different ideas for different subsystems to solve these problems or to do what we want our robot to do. We'll then talk amongst ourselves and we'll pick one good what we think are best ideas. We'll test that idea just through like basic prototypes. We'll CAD it out. We'll try and do any types of stress testing early, and then we'll try and actually assemble that subsystem for real after we've already CAD'd the whole thing, so that it's well designed and it meshes with the rest of the robot well, and you don't have any integration problems later on.
Oh, I see.
And then once you get everything built and put together, you can start testing your robot. And then finally, once you've tested your robot, you've improved it and refined it, you can present it at a competition. And that's when you really test, how does this perform? Does this do what I want it to do? And is there anything I need to improve further? Because you're actually testing it against other teams and other robots, so you have like the best possible data you can get.
Right. Well, so I guess, do you have specific people on the design team on kickoff day? Is everybody designing, or is...
So everyone is designing because we want software and mechanical to be designing, because we need to take both of those perspectives into account when designing, and we want everyone, pretty much everyone's helping design. Once you have like what your robot wants to do, we'll split into smaller teams and have like a set of mechanical and software work on each subsystem and build that up so that we can work on multiple things efficiently, and then with the whole team together, you can kind of cross-reference and make sure things will actually fit together.
So as I remember, you did the robot in 30 hours. So how do you think that worked for you? Did it help you?
I think robot in 30 hours was a really good proof of concept. So we got to test a lot of things with the launcher and the transfer, which we thought were going to be the most complicated mechanisms. And we were able to get a lot of information on how our launcher would work. We also got like probably one of the earliest tests of an actual full-on game against other robots, so we knew really early on how fierce the defense could be and how loose the rules are, so you can really do whatever you want when they're in the same scoring zone. So it helped set in our minds what this game is going to be like, so then when we actually started designing for real after our robot in 30 hours, we had a much better base to start on, because we knew what some of our subsystems should look like, and we knew what they would experience in a competition.
Oh, okay. So I guess in the robot in 30 hours, did you shift from using the same materials you did in the 30 hours that you use now?
So robot in 30 hours, we just used a bunch of, I forgot what it's called, I think it's cats. It's just regular like store-bought parts.
Okay. Because
you don't have the time to design, print, or CNC or whatever, any parts in robot in 30 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it was kind of just we made it work, just not in the most efficient way possible. So after robot in 30 hours, once you start going through your whole design process, and if you design it correctly, you'll be able to use any custom parts. So 3D printing is good. You can also use different types of metal like aluminum, which is lightweight and strong. And what you can do to actually figure out what type of material you want is you can do like a stress analysis in CAD. And I think so how it works is you'll put a force on a part, and it'll show you where it's most likely to break, or like where the most stress is on that part, based on the design you have and I think the material. So then you can select, okay, this material would break under this stress, but this material would be fine. So you can kind of use stress analysis to help pick the right material for the job in CAD. I'm not sure if Onshape does it, but Fusion does.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for our team, we use the Everybot, and we struggle with the force on our catapult. So I guess that would be useful for us since we use 3D printed parts. So moving forward, are there any custom legal parts that you have? Like, do you have a custom chassis or custom anything
So
else?
we have a custom chassis with custom plates, and then we have different motors geared down for high RPM. So instead of just using a simple like 312 or 435 RPM motor from GoBuilda, we can take a higher RPM motor which is smaller, gear it down, and then so then our chassis as a whole is smaller, and it might be a little faster as well. You can also, because it's a custom chassis, you can include extra things like maybe odometry pods and what is it, like a PTO or power takeoff, and you can integrate those into your chassis very like easily, and you can design specifically for the wiring of those things and everything. This is something that a GoBuilda chassis might not have. Also, a custom chassis, usually it's lighter, usually it's stronger. You can use, and like it's you can already design it to integrate well with the rest of your systems.
I see. Okay. So how many, like, going through each mechanism, how many times a season do you usually iterate through a mechanism?
So we try to iterate through it each qualifier. So we'll go through our whole design process in between each qualifier all the way up to state. So then each subsystem has gone through a lot of iterations already, and we're able to test each major iteration in a qualifier. So then, each iteration is tested. We can see what worked and what didn't, and it gives us a much better perspective on what works and what doesn't, and how to continue further.
I see. Okay. So going back to what you said in the qualifiers, I know it's differently structured in Wisconsin. You mind telling us more about that?
In Wisconsin, since I think there's only around 100 teams, so right now we just have a regional, state, world system where all teams are given 2 or 3 regionals based on what you request. You go to these regionals, and depending on how early it is in the season, more or less teams will qualify. So the earlier you are, the more teams will qualify, and the later it is, the less teams will. So I think in the first qualifier, which was in November, 6 teams qualified. So, and then it starts decreasing from there. So 16 qualified in November. I think 3 or 4 will qualify in the last few.
Okay.
So then regional, top few teams based on our new point system go to state. And then I think we have around 11 slots for just going somewhere. So the top 4 go to Worlds, and then the next 7 go to a premier event, which is like CRI, just any event. Like there's some held in like Europe, or I think there might be one in New Zealand. But there's just a bunch of premier events all across the world where you can just go and meet new teams, just experience just a different flavor of robotics. I guess some of these invitationals have like a different game, or not a different game, but they add a unique twist to the game, like CRI does.
So they get invited to like other places instead of Worlds?
Yeah, instead of Worlds.
I see. Okay. Yeah. And going back to the robot, I was wondering, how do you split your time between autonomous and teleop when you're testing?
So what we try to do, and what we recommend doing, is having just a full drive practice. So you essentially simulate a match. So you'll do auto, and then you'll maybe record it and just see, okay, what went well, what do we need to change? And then you'll take that and you'll just do some teleop practice, and then while you're doing teleop practice, you'll do some minor tweaks to your auto, and then you'll go again. And if you simulate a real match, your drivers get real experience, and you can just tweak your auto while you're driving. You can kind of do 2 things at the same time.
So you like simulate, like you put a timer on the screen and everything?
A timer, yeah.
Okay.
And so this gives like around a 50-50 where you do pretty much the same amount of auto and teleop in a single meeting. What you can also do is you can invite other teams to come practice with you at your field, so that you can play together or against each other. Yeah, just a mini scrim.
Okay. So then, I guess moving on from that, how do you prioritize like different, other than the robot, how do you prioritize outreach, mechanical, or business throughout the season? Do you do like more business during the summer or?
So, it really depends on your team's availability.
Oh, okay.
We try to have most of our team do a lot of outreach, and then get a plan together, execute it, and then write about it, and then
Write about it,
like write about how did it go? What can we do better? Stuff like that. And then with that, most of that can be done outside of meetings.
So in like reflections or like, do you post these write-ups?
We don't post them.
Okay.
It's more just a reflection for our own team.
Okay.
So you'll do most of the outreach stuff outside of meetings. So then in meetings you can focus more on robot. So
Okay.
it really allows our team to try and do both at the same time. And in the summer, since there is no season,
Yeah.
you can prioritize more outreach, which is what we try to do as well.
So, how do you like when you say doing outreach at home? Is it the logistics planning? Is it do you like generate the ideas in meetings?
Yeah, so we try and have our whole team work together to make some ideas for what we want to do in outreach.
Oh, your whole team, not just
so the whole team will work together for that, and then we'll be some of the people who come up with those ideas that we elect to do, they'll be leading this initiative. So they'll be planning it, making sure that plan is good, and talking over the coaches with it, getting the logistics together, asking other people to come help if needed, doing everything needed for it to run smoothly. And then once it runs, they are also responsible for making sure that they write down what they learned and all that good stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So moving on to outreach, as we know, your team has gone to Worlds, I think twice now, once last year. And what is your advice to a rookie team like us, a second year team? What do you suggest we do as outreach? Because you guys have won Inspire a number of times.
So, things for rookie teams you guys can do. A lot of stuff you can just try and put your team out there. Just talking to sponsors, trying to see if you can go meet them or have them meet you. Reaching out to other teams and talking to them. That's great. And then just spreading your general brand in your community so that they know who you are. You can work with restaurants or other companies and just say, hey, can we come demo a robot at your place? Can we come do this or that? And it really helps spread your team. It shows that you're active in your community and you're helping them out. If you can do stuff like mentoring FOL teams or stuff like that, that also really helps. So a lot of stuff is really just making sure you're known in your community, reaching out, helping others in a similar position or working with others in a similar position, other rookie teams, and talking with them. Stuff like that would also really go too.
Interesting. Yeah. So do you have specific events that you do for your own outreach specifically? Because I know you've won Inspire at Worlds, not first, but you've won Inspire in your regionals, and that got you to the Worlds. So I just want to know, was there something that your team did that set you apart from other teams?
I'm not sure if there's any one thing. I think it was making sure that we did everything well. So Inspire Award is for the team that overall represents the best representation of the first team.
Okay.
So you need a good robot. It's not just the outreach. You also need a very good robot. You need to explain your robot well. You need to explain your outreach well. So it's really just making sure that you qualify for all the awards, looking at all the criteria for the awards, and making sure you match up to them. That's just the main thing to get Inspired.
I see.
There's no specific outreach or specific.
So, okay. You don't shoot for a specific award. You just try to be the best.
Yeah.
First team. Okay. So, for your outreach, you have do you have designated people for it year round or?
So we have we make sure everyone does outreach, but we have a few people that usually do more outreach than any other task, but they are still experienced in either mechanical or software, so they can still participate in design. They still know what's going on, so they can explain everything really well. And they're still able to do everything in the team if there isn't much business related stuff to do.
Interesting. And then going back to your events, do you like? I know you mentioned trying to get your name out there in your communities. Do you try to go for like a specific audience? Do you try to get older kids, younger kids? Which one do you think?
I don't think there is a specific audience. It's really just whoever you want to help. So in your specific outreach, you might say, oh, we want to help this group of people, or we want to bring this group of people into first. So then you'll target that group of people in that outreach, and you'll reach out to different organizations or communities with those people, and you'll say, hey, we want to get more of you guys into first. We want to help you guys learn more about robotics. So I wouldn't say there's any specific age group or any specific group that's better to target than another, because they all can do robotics.
Okay, yeah. And then I want to move on to sponsorships. How do you maximize each sponsorship? What do you do outreach with them? How do you get the most out of your sponsorships?
Yeah, so we try and do some outreach with them where, maybe we'll say you can visit them at your different conferences, you can meet with them. You can ask them for mentors, or you could ask them to go to their company. There's a bunch of things that you can do that just to get your brand out there. Yeah.
I'm asking because our team, we just gained a few sponsorships this year, and we were just wondering what to do with them. And do you involve them? Do you do events with them?
Yeah, so a big part of our team is actually make sure our sponsors are recognized. So we actually have, our whole set of stickers on our robot related to our sponsors. We have a banner thanking our sponsors. So we try to make sure that our sponsors are heard, and that's also part of why we reach out to them. We also try and meet them where they are, so that they know we're promoting this.
So when you say meet them where they are, do you do you tour there?
Yeah, so sometimes touring their visits and seeing how they use robotics in the workplace is really useful.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then if you could go back to a previous season, what would you have done differently? What do you think you would have changed to do better?
So I think really rigidly and rigorously following your design process is just the main point. Making sure you clearly define your goals for not just mechanical but software and business as well.
Okay.
And saying this is what we want to do at the start of the season, sticking to that, and making sure you follow your design process. So define what you want to do, figure out how you're going to do that, and then iterate through what you specifically done to do that, so that at the end you have a very good result that does what you want.
So when you say follow it rigorously, do you sometimes deviate from the design process at points?
It depends on how you classify it almost. So in between each qualifiers, we classify those as made iterations.
Oh, okay.
So any change we make is part of that iteration rather than its own separate thing.
Okay.
And it can be a part of one of the steps of our design.
I see. Okay. And going broader, just if you're talking to a rookie team, what advice would you give to them? What is the most important piece of advice you would give?
So I think the most important piece of advice is really to talk to other teams, like you've done with inviting me here.
Right.
So at competitions, or just reach out to other teams and ask them online. Teams in your local area, invite them to maybe come to you and practice, or just talk about what you guys do. So if you talk to the teams at other competitions, you can ask them about their robot. A lot of people are happy to share, oh yeah, we did this or we did that. And you can also ask, what advice you have for us, or stuff like that. You can ask just a lot of different things to help your own team, and then you can also share your own information to help them about any pitfalls you might have had that you think they should avoid. If you have a similar design, what did you guys do that's different from us, stuff like that. And then really talking to teams that are competing with you or on your team. So if they're going to be on your alliance, make sure you talk to them and say, so that you guys both have a good idea of what you can do, and then you have a better strategy going forward. So really talking to teams anywhere you are is probably the best piece of advice, because it lets you learn so much more from people going through the exact same game.
I see. Okay. Well, thank you for coming today. It was great to meet you. It was great to talk to you. And I hope you have a good season. Thank you all for tuning in.